like soldier.
What is that?
I got a bad feeling about this.
We're under attack. They're all over the place.
When I first sat down to play F.E.A.R, I wasn't expecting much. A game from 2005, albeit a year of absolutely incredible releases.
Check this out. Dylan, watch out. Oh! My new ensemble!
It took me over 18 years to get around to playing it. So how does it hold up?
Search this area.
This game is amazing!
What about you, buddy? Ready to go to work?
F.E.A.R has you take control of the unnamed Point Man, a poor hapless fellow whose first day on the job will leave him with more PTSD than a chocolate cake at FAP camp. But that's for a future Point Man to cry about. For now, all we know is there's a high-level alert regarding someone called Paxton F.E.A.R, a psychic commander of a clone army who's gone rogue while acquiring a taste for the sweet, forbidden long pig. Good news? Seems like there's no replica soldiers in the vicinity, according to the very accurate and highly reliable spy satellite we possess. And once F.E.A.R is neutralized, all the rampaging soldiers will become inactive for decommissioning. Easy, right? Well, the mission starts easily enough. Being deposited at the back door of the facility, I promptly proved my combat prowess by murdering a rat.
Kill you, rat! Ah! Hey, rat! You're not getting away from me! Yeah!
Before meeting up with the other team members, who tells us to find another way around.
Hey bro, what took you so long? Try to find a way around.
Very helpful, mate. Thank you. I was planning on clambering through that tight-ass hole, you dick. After rendezvousing with Captain Obvious, we get our first glimpse of what awaits us in this campaign. I found the guy.
Jin, we need you up here.
On my way.
That'll turn that man's face into a feastable bar. In order to check the roof, we make our way up the stairs, get assaulted by F.E.A.R, who I definitely shot in the face, game! What the shit?
The dead man's name was Charles Haberger. I remember him. But are the memories mine or hers? It makes no difference. He deserved to die. They all deserve to die.
After espousing his manifesto, we promptly take the train to Sleepytime Junction, before waking up to find F.E.A.R gone and a situation going from bad to worse, as replica forces are assaulting a waste treatment plant nearby.
We've got a situation down at the harbor. What kind of situation? We located those soldiers you were looking for, but we're under orders not to engage until you guys reconnoiter.
What a bloody intro. Mission 2 starts with us entering the Wastewater treatment plant, with 3 very much not gonna die flesh and meat bags who begin the mission by insulting you.
Boys, you can get this ghetto. I'd send one of my boys, but I think we need a specialist for this one.
Now, while I wouldn't ordinarily promote slaughter as a method for dealing with trolls, in this one situation, we give headpats to the spooky ghost girl. Unfortunately, this leaves the Point Man once again alone, the tip of the spear, and we get our first taste of combat in this 18-year-old game.
Get down!
Has it been 1 minute? I think it has. Cool. This combat makes my dick rock hard!
It's only a game.
I want to take a brief break to talk about the visuals in this game. Somehow, the way they've done the dynamic lighting, the physics, and the gunplay has led this game a timeless quality I really cannot equate to other sort of properties. Sure, like if you stare at a wall long enough, you'll see the ages in the cracks, but when you're just blasting through it, somehow this game feels modern. It feels fun. Though, fun is subjective when it comes to horror, and we've only just reached the tip of the iceberg. After slaughtering our way through endless replica forces, we come across the main vehicle for providing context to this nightmare scenario. Voicemail messages left on phones scattered around the offices.
You have one new message.
Yeah, this is Chet in accounting. Nobody seems to know what's going on, but we've been hearing a lot of loud noises. Have you guys heard anything over there?
End of messages.
For now, they aren't super important, just confused workers second away from their slide into the void that is death and destruction and probably evisceration, but over time they will become very important. and very disturbing. Unfortunately for us, the ghost girl hadn't had enough simply murdering our fleshy meatbag red shirts and has decided to consume the real thing, filling our head with visions of F.E.A.R and corpses, psychically twisting our mind until eventually she drops all pretense and comes at us for real. Like the big brave man I am when faced with a small, irate girl, I ran for my goddamn life. Running? I don't think you can shoot ghost girls. Am I dead? Okay. Do I shoot children? I don't think she counts. Kissing my protagonist plot armor for helping me survive the explosion, we enter the water treatment plant proper, where the scale of the atrocities becomes apparent, with everyone either dead, deceased, or decapitated. Alma, being the cheeky wee brat that she is, decides to run past us in a spooky hallway. Yeah, you better run. By the way, can I just say, this might be the most satisfying game I've ever played when it comes to dual-wielding pistols. Between the sheer destruction they inflict on anything in their path, to the chunky sounds they spit, I am in love with the gunplay in this game. And this is before the war crime gun is brought into play. Still, unfortunately, guns don't do much to ghost children, especially when they want you to see a particularly traumatic memory from their past. Plunging into the depths of the treatment plant, we're greeted by a disturbing flashback. This kind of leaves us with more questions than answers, but also an inkling of the evil that has happened to her. Turns out, the man missing a face's name is Charles Habiger, a researcher for Armacham, a paranormal research corps, which explains why F.E.A.R may have wanted vengeance. Still, it's not enough to give us pause as we infiltrate deeper into the plant. Slaughtering enemies abound until finally confronted by a heavily armored replica, who died. Not too much to discuss there. They're tough, but not unkillable. Lots of lead generally equals dead in this game. Shortly after, we're interrupted by a flashback of F.E.A.R interrogating someone called Moody, who seems to be having a bad time.
Buried deeper than others, but I know where to dig.
No, wait, you've got the wrong guy.
Hush now, Mr. Moody. The time for talk is done.
Punctuated by us finding his body not long after. Before we stumble across that corpse, though, Alma wants to have a word. Holy shit! Okay. Okay. Well, fuck you too. Hey, abortion is legal, right? After confirming how terrible at their jobs these people are, we're forced to come face to face with Alma's PTSD once more. This time, also being assaulted by a sleep paralysis demon I've taken to Colin Sydney.
Ring! Come on, make her push!
Cindy's a bitch, by the way. Finally, we come face to face with Moody ourselves, who shockingly isn't quite dead yet.
Alma. If Vettel finds her origin.
What are you talking about? Alma, what origin? All right, buddy, get moving. Vettel's got to be close.
So that relief is to be short-lived as the replicas kick down the door. After a swift dispatch and a bloody firefight in which I never died once, we crawl into some vents to finish up the level. While our superior officers discuss the best move forward, we get our first sign that the replicas are absolute dickholes who don't care about the Geneva Convention. I mean, who uses landmines indoors, man? Oh my god! Sorry, I meant proximity mine, bloody bastards! Considering the replica forces are in a full-scale retreat at this point, it's safe to say F.E.A.R isn't chilling in this wastewater plant, so after eliminating likely over 100 replicas in brutal, glorious fashion, we exfil in a chopper to chase down F.E.A.R's last known location, Armacham headquarters.
Mother, what can you tell us about your recon team?
This looks
We were
amazing.
monitoring them on the security network when we lost contact. Now the entire system is offline. Any news on the bad guys? We know they hit the main building shortly before 5 p.m. No estimate on enemy strength, but we should assume it's a sizable force. Hostages? Undetermined. There's no demand. Not as far as I know.
God, this lighting's so good. After a ferocious firefight on the roof of the building, we managed to gain ingress to Armacham headquarters. Clearly a company that dedicates itself to the furthering of technology based on the visuals shown. This place does give off Evil Core does nasty experiments vibes right off the bat.
Incorporation is proud to bring you the latest in horror. Armacham Technology Incorporation is proud to bring you the latest in horror. Armacham Technology.
Okay, we've clearly left the gunfight zone and entered the scary zone. Now is when the story really begins to unfold. Listening in on a phone message left by a Chuck Haberger, we learn that Armacham not only knew that F.E.A.R was going rogue, it seems like someone at Armacham was actively blocking attempts to prevent a synchronization event, which based on context clues, we can safely assume is when Alma and F.E.A.R somehow connect to each other, causing him to go rogue and drive the replica soldiers to slaughter. It's here that the replica soldiers really start to up their game, employing a new type of trooper that can only be called an assassin. Assassins are invisible, tough, fast, and kick like a garbage truck to the chest. Your best option if you see them is to hold down the trigger until either they fall back or they fall dead, because otherwise they will get up in your face and inflict massive damage. They're no match for the point man, who storms past like a breeze or a hurricane of lead, as you might say, and finds the first living, unharmed civilian in this game so far.
Don't shoot. My name is Norton Mapes. I'm an engineer.
Shit, it's a civilian. Give him a comm link.
Okay.
Hello? Who are you people?
The good guys. Are you alright?
Oh, sure. I'm having a hell of a time.
You said you're an engineer? Can you help me get into the network?
What am I, an IS lackey? Tell you what, you disable the local security system, and I'll see what I can do about the server.
I can disable it remotely once I'm logged in.
No, you can't. It's on a separate network.
He is massive!
It's back that way.
Why do you want us to bring down the security system anyway?
Never mind why. You want my help, that's the price. I'll just wait here.
Okay. With a deal struck, we head deeper to try and disable the security systems.
Mr. Mapes, do you copy? Mr. Mapes!
Why is he smacking his bum?
That idiot. Fuck it, we'll just have to do this the hard way.
Language!
Okay, find that server and reboot it.
Oh, I so hope I get to kill you, you fat little pop-tart of a man. Alma's sleep demons come to visit once more in an area currently undergoing renovations, and Paxton pops back into our mind to give us some much-needed context of why he was fighting so hard.
She is a prisoner, floating in darkness, like the unborn in the womb. Soon I will find her, and I will set her free.
Shit, I lost him again. Fuck!
And finally, we meet back up with our other team members in what could only be called the Strawberry Jamboree Room. Did I really? I like that. Strawberry Jamboree Room.
My God.
What do you think, Jen?
There was a lot of anger in this room.
That's great. Got anything useful to add?
I don't see any bullet holes. There's no brass lying around either. These guys didn't fire a shot.
Then what killed them?
I don't know.
Well, figure it out. All right, buddy, get moving. Battle's gotta be close.
I'm not even sure where to start.
Once again, ordered to head off alone, we descend deeper into the facility, only pausing when we hear a replica say something interesting.
Hostage is secure.
Finally! Can you do something about these bombs?
All right, another civilian. Den Mother, we've located a hostage. Sounds like he's wired up with explosives. Roger, I'll send somebody to help out. Give him a comm link.
Hello? You guys special forces or something?
That's right. Just sit tight, Mr.
Bishop. Aldous Bishop.
Demo team's on its way. Okay, buddy. There's some elevators near your position. Secure the area and escort the team back to Bishop.
Rendezvous with the explosive expert. Got it. What could go wrong? Okay, they said to meet the guy by the elevators. Assuming that's not the guy I was meant to be meeting. Still, after all we've been through, this is easily handled, and we get the explosives expert to the hostage on time to save him. Only for the freaking fire alarm to go off.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Just get this shit off me. Please.
Whoever rigged this is definitely a pro.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
You may be a pro, but I'm a master. A fire alarm.
It was triggered at a security office on that floor. You'll need to shut it off to get the elevators back online.
Really? You're sending me off alone to turn off a you know what? Fine. Nothing scary can happen when I'm just disabling a fire alarm, surely, right? Hey. Hey, how are you? My light doesn't work. You okay?
Great. The elevators are working again. But now the security gates are all shutting. You're gonna have to find another way to the roof. Holiday, can you guys escort Mr. Bishop? We'll take good care of him.
Yeah. Should have seen that one coming. Turns out Bishop was interrogated about an Armacham researcher called Harlan Wade, who is currently missing. More importantly, Harlan has a daughter, Alice, who is currently in the building and may be at risk. More vitally, she may have more information about what the hell is happening here. So our next task is to rendezvous with the extraction team and head off to...
We're taking fire! Get us the hell out of here! What's happening? Bishop's down. Repeat, Bishop's down.
Motherfucker! All good. We'll just execute the replicas here and head over to the other side of the building. Son of a bitch! Are you kidding me? After brute forcing our way through a puzzle. That can work. That can work. I said, after brute forcing our way through a puzzle, it can work. It can work. Yo! Thank you. We are once again haunted by Fatel's fetid face flashing in our directions around corners.
They left her in darkness. They left her to die.
Finally, after a brief firefight with some nasty replicas, we find a cargo elevator and get the hell out of Dodge. No more setbacks, right?
Oh, it's you. Christ, I thought I was a goner.
Mr. Mapes, you're still alive.
No thanks to you guys.
What are you doing here?
The elevators are offline, and those soldiers are everywhere. You've got to find the security office and override the lockdown.
You gonna stay put this time?
On my honor.
I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, and he's so fat I can't even throw him a little bit. Never mind. God damn it. Let's just go shut off this lockdown. Well, at least we aren't having as bad of a day as this guy.
You have one new message. First message from an outside number. Jason, it's me. I just saw the news. What's going on? Please call me back and let me know you're okay. I'm really freaking out. End of messages.
Don't worry about him. He's just hanging out.
First message from Genevieve Aristide. John, it's Genevieve. It seems the Senator's plan failed. His Special Forces team has been unable to neutralize Fettel. We should assume the worst. Instruct the security force to repel all outsiders. We need time to clean things up. End of messages.
So it turns out the ATF security forces have been ordered to shoot everyone on sight while they try and clean up the mess they made. Genevieve and I are going to be having words, mostly about how half my blood volume is now lead because of her. Successfully disabling the security systems, we head back to the fat guy, who I am sure is going to be absolutely beautifully pleased with our work.
Sayonara.
Norton! Fucking what the
shit, Norton! This guy is 16 layers of bastard through and through, and then about 600 additional layers of blubber! I'm not fat shaming, I'm Norton shaming!
Perfect. You again. See this button? I wonder what this does.
So it turns out, Norton, in his infinite wisdom, has enabled security systems all throughout the facility. And worse, these turrets are bloody tough. Fighting them head on is asking to get riddled with bullets. So the majority of the time, our best option will be to try and sneak past. And of course, Norton is just far enough away to not let me get my revenge. Unless... Foiled again! By the way, have I talked about this gun? It's nicknamed the Penetrator, and it is absolutely phenomenally fun. Stick people to walls, floors, ceilings. You can stick people to people if you want. And now that I've espoused the absolute brilliance that is this gun's usage against meat suits, let me introduce you to the enemy that fucks it all up. Oh God! This guy has guns! This guy has missiles! This guy... Oh, he's dead. Oh. Penetrator 1, Robot Uprising 0. Suck it, Skynet! Shortly thereafter, though, we are finally provided with a war crime weapon. Let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, the Type 7 particle weapon. I'm really intrigued. Oh! Oh, shit! I'm fairly certain this breaches A to Z of the Geneva Convention guidelines, and I'm all aboard. Hacking into an inconspicuous laptop, though, NASA's a bit more information about Project Origin. Why it was shut down?
This is interesting. When they pulled the plug on Origin, apparently they just locked the doors and threw away the key. They don't go into a lot of detail, but I guess the place is really dangerous to be in. What if there's some kind of chemical leak or something? Get this. A few weeks ago, ABC reopened the Origin facility. They were planning to clean it out and start the program back up, but they lost contact with everyone they sent in. So they just sealed the place back up. There's a little more here about Origin. The reason they shut it down was a synchronicity event. Doesn't say what that means, but I guess there were a few casualties.
So things went thoroughly south the last time they tried to use F.E.A.R. But instead of shutting down the program, from the looks of it, they stepped it up massively. Oh, what's this button do? Norton, I would kiss you. Still hate your fat guts, but slightly less, a smidge less. Enough that maybe I won't disembowel you the next time we meet. So Fetzel is haunting us again, and this time he has a lot more to say.
You again. They tried to bury their sins, but instead planted the seeds of their doom. A war is coming. I've seen it in my dreams. Fire sweeping over the earth, bodies in the streets, cities turned to dust. Retaliation.
Okay. I'm assuming that's what I'm here to stop, so it's probably not going to happen as long as I'm alive. Oh god, there's a ghost in here. After mowing our way through replicas and security forces alike, and after listening to a phone call from Arlen Wade that tears Genevieve a new one.
First message from
Arlen Wade. Hi, it's Arlen Wade. I've been trying to get hold of Genevieve all week, but the bitch never picks up her fucking phone. Now look, if you see her, tell her we're in deeper shit than I thought. Her brilliant idea of reopening the vault set something in motion that I can't explain, and I don't know how to stop. I sure hope she's happy.
End of messages.
Finally come across one of our mission objectives. Alice Wade.
You're not one of them.
I'd pretty much given up on being rescued.
Thank God she's okay.
Hello?
Ms. Wade, we're gonna get you out of there, but you're gonna have to move quickly.
I need to get to my dad.
Where is he?
Some kind of classified facility. I've never heard of it. There isn't even a street address, just UTM coordinates. The entrances are all hidden.
But I hope so.
I just wanted to see what was that. Do we start to head towards the roof with Alice when...
Why are all the floors lighting up? Uh-oh. Somebody's pressing the call buttons. Get ready! What's going on? What happened to the power?
Okay, you stay here.
I'll wait here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go deal with a ghost. Oh, this is gonna go terribly wrong, isn't it? Oh, that's not good. Oh. She's fucked. I gotta take the stairs and find out how fucked she is. Because if she isn't a wet smear redecorating the insides of the elevator when I find her, then my name ain't, Voigtman?
There you are. How did we get separated? I remember the power going out in the elevator. Then the next thing I knew, I was arriving on the top floor and you were gone.
You should have a visual on the evac chopper.
How the okay, it's fine. It's fine, at least now I can extract you.
Oh my god! This is crazy. I am not waiting here. My dad's in danger.
Your dad will be fine. You're the one I'm worried about. You just need to calm down.
Sorry.
This way. Damn it, what the hell is she thinking?
So Alice, being the phenomenal woman she is, abandons us at the first opportunity to try and find her dad alone in this haunted, bullet-filled graveyard of a hellscape. Fortunately, the worst the replicas have to throw at us now are these little drone dudes that are vulnerable to war crimes, so we'll be alright, even if Alice ends up in a quiche. So now, as we approach the end of this fantastic game, more of the story is revealed unto us, and it is gruesome.
Well, Fettel wasn't made from Harlan Wade's DNA. There's an email from Wade about the subject being in an induced coma. Those ATC security goons killed Bishop because somebody didn't want this getting out. They aren't just worried about some ethically questionable bioengineering experiments. I think they're covering up some pretty nasty shit.
And that is the least of it. But first, a quick helicopter ride to our next objective. I always love helicopters.
We're hit! Dust 2 going down! Repeat, Dust 2 going down! Hold on to something!
To the power of plot armor, we embark upon what is the penultimate assault of the compound. Battling our way past replicas and robots alike, we stumble into what might be the most haunted area of the game. Block of flats.
She told me so many things.
Nothing a few more war crimes can't shake off. How convenient for them to line up for me. Stop crouching. With all that sorted, we take the express elevator to hell. Into the bin facility itself. Same thing when this shit happens.
Wade wasn't convinced the psychic characteristics were genetic. He figured there was a better chance it'd be passed along if the fetus gestated inside the subject. So they put her in a coma, made her carry a genetically engineered baby to term, and then induced labor. It's pretty fucking sick.
Did I hear that right?
I figured out what a synchronicity event is. There was an incident where they lost control of Fettel. He just suddenly started freaking out. He was only about 10 years old at the time, but I guess he killed a few people. In the investigation, they discovered that there had been a telepathic link between Fettel and Alma, even though she was in a coma. They concluded that she was influencing him. That must have been when they pulled the plug on Origin. It's starting to make sense. The name of the woman they used for Origin is Alma. That's who Fettel's looking for. He's going home. It says here Alma was 8 years old when Origin started up. They used a little girl. No wonder they're so fucking anxious to keep a lid on this mess.
Jesus.
Somebody's gonna burn for this. That's why Aristide hasn't returned my call. He's probably on a plane to Jamaica.
And it all falls into place. Armacham, those disgusting douchebags, kidnapped Alma when she was 8 years old for being psychic, forced a baby in her, and forced her to bring it to term before stealing away the child and locking her in a dark vault to never see the light of day again. Alma isn't the enemy here. She's the victim. All that hatred and loathing, it channels itself into her psychic power, which is breaching the vault she was sealed away in so long ago when Genevieve, genius she is, unsealed it. Speaking of Genevieve.
First message from Genevieve Aristide. Harlan, it's Genevieve. Listen, I understand your feelings, I really do. But this is no time for sentimentality. If Origin is uncovered, every single one of us will burn for it. It's time we buried the dead, don't you think? Next message from Genevieve Aristide. Harlan, it's me again. If you want an apology, then I apologize. I was wrong. You were right. In any case, I want to be sympathetic, but the situation is urgent. I'm sending Mapes to take care of things since you seem reluctant to do what needs to be done. I hope you can find it in yourself to assist him. End of messages.
This revelation hits like a punch in the gut. It isn't over yet. So, here's a little levity to brighten things up, eh?
I'm just doing my job. I'm doing what has to be done.
Oh, thank God. Hey, shoot him again. Yeah! Eat lead, you fat bastard! I hope you choke on it!
Fuckhead. He locked you out. The only way in is to divert power to the door.
And we're working with him again. Man, Point-Man never learns, huh? Or us, I guess, as we are Point-Man in this. Off we go, hippity-hoppity on Armacham's property to rewire a bunch of nuclear cells like a goddamn genius, graced by the god of science. And after a few button presses, convenient, the vault opens once more, allowing us to descend into the darkness. This game made 20 years ago. Speaking of insanity.
You still don't know, do you? What you are. Why? What's the first thing you remember? What's your given name? Where were you born? You have no history. You and I were born from the same mother. You must have sensed it. She cannot see in your mind, but perhaps you can see into hers. A life of waking from one nightmare, only to find herself deep in another. I will set her free.
Paxton dead, the replica program is shut down. All the clones deactivated and no longer functional. All that leaves is Alma, the man who wants to set her free.
She was a very disturbed child. Terrible, debilitating nightmares, hallucinations, hysteria. She never had a chance at a normal life. It was Disler who realized she was telepathic. He speculated that she was extremely sensitive to the negative emotions of people around her. We removed her from that chamber only twice. She was 15 when the first prototype was born. She was supposed to be comatose, but she started screaming when we induced labor and didn't stop until the liquid filled her lungs. There are plausible
all grown up, and like a grown-up, handles her anger issues very adultly. Or not. So like the sensible humans we are, we decide the only recourse to solve the problems mankind's disgusting hubris created is to blow up with a nuke. The only issue is nukes tend to be destructive, and Alma isn't exactly feeling nice right now. But before we get out of here, Alma wants us to remember one last thing.
I've tried to forget. I've tried so hard to forget.
You will be a god among men. Take her back to the vault.
We, Pointman, were her second child, and we gave her a Mother's Day gift to remember? F.E.A.R. I'm beyond amazed at how well this game holds up. The lighting is sublime. The gunplay, once you get used to not being able to iron sight, is incredibly fun. The enemies are intelligent, the AI is responsive, and the story just works. Whoever the developers of this game were, they took it upon themselves to make a timeless, incredible classic that genuinely took my breath away with the way the game just fit together so phenomenally well. So I hope you enjoyed reading this essay as much as I enjoyed writing it. I promise to try and make more content soon. It's been a hell of a few months with reptile escapades. I'm trying to move house right now. There's a lot of sickness going around and just general malaise, but things are slowly getting back on track. This is sort of the content I want to focus on for my channel in 2024 at least. It's going to be a lot of work, so don't expect content super often, but it means I get to cover more interesting games for myself and hopefully for you in a more enjoyable format. I would love some feedback. Please give me as much feedback as you can. This is definitely sort of drawn inspiration from people who do similar reviewy style game overlay things, so let me know what you think. Come back next time for something a little more recent and a little more Ubi.
In a twisted world, a place I don't belong. Nothing left to see. Everything is gone.
Real quick, I want to thank my patrons at the end of this. I don't really feel like I do enough for you guys, but I would like to thank those who are at least bad financial decisions and higher, because it's the least I could do. So a huge thank you to Zero, to Breakson, Monster Rife, Devinox, Mistaken Flamingo, Stephen, Ava Orchid, Jacob, Echo Stalker,
Wet Noodling, I like that name, Paki, Rose, Zav, Psycho C4, Bluefire, Giorgio, Paunovania, Constantine, Pian, Dino, Doug, Kaz, Darcy, Admiral Critic, Callan, Brett, Stina, Drace, Equester, Leah, Christopher, Scythe, Bondini, Other Darcy, and Ixie. You guys do a lot for me. Some of you have been a patron for a very, very long time. And I know I'm not the most consistent with my content, but what you guys do and how much I'm really trying to wrestle both my mental health and my physical health under control, having you guys there as a shield for my bad decisions genuinely means a hell of a lot for me. So thank you so very, very much. For those of you who want access to the Discord, it's a one-time payment of $1 on Patreon. That just verifies that you're over 18, because sometimes we talk about dirty stuff in the Discord, and you are more than welcome to join. So thank you all so much for everything you do. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Have a lovely night, or day, or morning, or afternoon, or whatever it is. Bye-bye.